In this video, I'm going to share with you my exact strategy, my blueprint that I'm using right now to build significant generational wealth. So the first thing is, what do we mean by significant generational wealth? And really, for me, the number is at least 10 million. You want to be worth at least 10 million to be wealthy in 2023 and beyond. Being a millionaire isn't enough anymore. It doesn't really afford you freedom and flexibility. In the most parts of the UK, an average home, 4 or 5 bed, semi-detached house, or even detached house, that can set you back £1 million or more. So aiming to be worth £1 million isn't a good target. It needs to be at least 10 million in my view. And that's really what we're aiming for, 10 million net worth. And here's how I'm doing it right now. So the first thing that we're doing is obviously you need a business. You need some kind of cash flowing vehicle to be making sales and basically giving you that monthly income. And that's exactly what we're doing. We've got this vehicle that we're in and we're scaling that to as much as we can. And then what we're doing after that as well is we're maximising what we keep. So if you're in the UK, each and every year, if you do £100,000 a month, 1.2 million a year, you are given £500,000 of that over to HMRC in taxes. Corporate tax, national insurance, income tax, VAT, the list goes on. So already there, just on that business where you're doing 1.2 million a year, which for most people, that's a small business. If you literally just do 10x that, so if you're doing 1 million a month, which a lot of people are, especially people watching this, online businesses, agencies, 1 million a month is a pretty good business this day and age. If you 10x those numbers, that's 5 million a year that you're paying in taxes over HMRC for nothing fundamentally. And this is what I've done. So I've restructured things. I'm here in Dubai. I've got a Dubai company set up over here. My personal tax residency is here in the UAE. And as a result, I don't pay any corporate tax and I don't pay any income tax. So this means on those numbers there, if we're doing £100,000 a month, well, actually that's £500,000 a year better off than I am by being here in the UAE rather than the UK. And what we're doing is with that 500,000, just the tax savings alone, is we're investing that into property and other businesses. And we wouldn't be able to do this if I were based in the UK, because that money would be going to HMRC straight away. And then I'd have to basically figure out, okay, so if we've got 700,000 left, what do we do with that? Then you've got to figure out, you've got to reduce your lifestyle to then reinvest. Whereas actually, if you're in the UAE, for sure you can reduce your lifestyle. You can, if you're doing £100,000 a month, realistically to live a good lifestyle, you probably need £250,000 a year. So the rest of that money, the over 950k, can actually go towards building your wealth, completely tax-free. So we've got property investments and other business investments, and then we're just going to do this for the next 5 to 10 years. So for as long as Dubai is a great place to live, as long as the businesses are doing well, it makes sense to be based here in Dubai, do 5 years here, do 10 years here, then actually you've built up that wealth, which will then continue to compound as well over the years to come. What type of investments are we going for? Well, for a lot of people, and especially for myself, I still love UK real estate. The reason for this is Warren Buffett's got a fantastic rule. Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule 1. And this is definitely something that I take into account when looking at investment decisions. A lot of people say, Josh, would you consider buying property in Dubai or other countries? And yeah, for sure, I'll consider it. But in most cases, and certainly to what I know and my understanding of the real estate here is, yeah, you can make a lot of money, but you can also lose a lot of money. So basically what I like about the UK property industry is there's continuous undersupply. So there's more demand than there is supply, which means prices continue to go up. There's always a house building shortage in the UK. So prices are always going to continue going up until that's basically met, and at which point they'll either stabilise, or if you get to the rare event where we're building more houses than we need, prices might drop then. But the chances of that happening anytime soon are very, very slim. However, here in Dubai, they're actually kind of building massively everywhere. So it's a case of there could well easily be oversupply compared to the demand that it faces. And as a result, if you're investing in property here, it'd be quite easy for your properties to go down in value rather than go up in value. And so for that reason, I'm all about UK real estate, because you've got that strong capital appreciation there. The chances of it going down in value are very slim, and you also get really good rental yields as well. And it's very easy to finance them or even buy cash. So UK real estate is definitely a core focus on my basically wealth building plan. It's just a case of, to sum it up really kind of short terms, is be in Dubai, generate as much cash as possible through the different businesses, pay as little tax on that, no tax here in Dubai, live a decent but not crazy lifestyle out here in Dubai. Don't spend too much, £200,000-300,000 a year. Well, you can have a fantastic lifestyle on that. Then the rest of the money goes to the UK, where we're investing in real estate, looking at building blocks of flats and basically getting a good return on that money in the UK and keeping it stable. For sure, there's going to be the odd little bit of angel investment as well. So any businesses that look attractive, you might put a small bit of money in there to risk it. But fundamentally, it's all about building that real estate portfolio, because that's what's going to withstand the test of time and build that generational wealth aspect. So with those tax savings, we'll continue to do that. And then if I ever decide to go back to the UK, maybe 5 or 10 years time, well, actually the good thing here is because all of this money has come from me personally, the UK investment company will actually have a significant director's loan account. So if we go on the conservative basis of £500,000 a year of tax being saved, over those 5 years, that's going to be at least 2.5 million of capital that's been injected by me personally. And if I go back to the UK, I can then pull that money out as a director's loan account completely tax-free. So it could be that the UK property business is generating good profits, £250,000, £500,000 a year. Of course, there'll be corporation tax to pay in the UK. It's only fair. You are doing business there, you're making money there. It's fair that you pay a little bit of tax, but anything that you take out would usually be taxed as income tax on the salary and dividends. But in this case, because we're going to draw down that director's loan account first, it's probably going to be at least 10 to 15 years before me as an individual would pay tax on our income as a UK resident. But that's further down the line. Whether I do become UK resident again, we'll see. At the minute, the chances are it's not going to happen. But that's just definitely a good plan to have, is if you are looking to go back to the UK, which a lot of people might want to go back there to have kids, to settle down, have a quiet, more relaxed country lifestyle. It's absolutely fine. I'm not going to judge you for that. But doing that 5 or 10 years overseas, where you are in a tax-free jurisdiction, you can see how that might set you up for massive wealth building opportunities, because of the impact that's going to have now when it comes to paying no tax. And then actually you're going to put the money into your UK property company, and then you can pull the money out again without paying no tax. So you're actually you're saving tax on 2 different occasions there. Advice to you is, if you are looking at doing something like this, you do want to act fast. The reason for this is there are a number of tax havens around the globe. But most of them, they're not as good as Dubai. Dubai at the minute is the world's best tax haven. The reason for that is because it doesn't feel like you're living in a tax haven. You're not living in Panama, Belize or Caymans. You're actually living in a fantastic city that is very international. It's got great transport routes. You're not living in a remote tax haven. And the chances of Dubai being tax-free forever, you've seen they've introduced VAT, they've got corporation tax. You don't know whether they're going to introduce VAT, income tax at some point in the future. My guess is that they probably will. Whether it's going to be in 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 years' time, we'll have to see. But really, this opportunity to utilise these tax savings by living somewhere that's cheap and easy to get set up, such as Dubai, that's a fantastic place to live, isn't going to be around forever. So if you want to take advantage of this, my advice to you is look to act fast, to lock in these tax havens and start building your own personal long-term generational wealth. If you want to find out more about how we can help you build long-term generational wealth using the Tax Smart Wealth framework, where we work with you to create your holistic tax action plan and actually help you execute that step by step, click that link below and join our free training, where we run through some of the key aspects that you need to consider as to whether this is going to be something that's going to be suitable and benefit you. If it is, you're better book a call with one of the team who will talk through where you are at the minute, where you want to get to, and how our program can help get you there. So all you need to do is click that link below and book a call with one of the team.